Brothers, do you know what our Chinese Navy Day is like? Well, behind me now are our Chinese Navy's Type 52D destroyer and Type 054A frigate. It is said that in the past 2 years, every Navy Day, they come to Qingdao, let everyone experience being on the ship firsthand. So today in this video, Captain Lao Li will take you to see what our Chinese Navy's warships are really like. Get on board!
It's a bit hard to believe. At some point it was difficult to imagine. We actually boarded this currently active medium-sized destroyer, and behind us is our August 1st naval flag. So surreal. And look at this, guys. This is the vertical missile launch system of our Tangshan. On Changshan, 64 units and each lid. Inside, there could be a missile loaded for air defense, anti-ship, or anti-submarine purposes, and over there is our 1130, which is an 11-barrel close-in weapon system with a 30mm caliber. However, it can actually be switched to 20 barrels. The 11 barrels can become 20, which is 2030. That's so... Then this is our 130mm naval gun. This ship gun can actually also target air besides ground, but its effectiveness against air,
I just don't know how it is. From below, it looks small, but once you're up here, you realize this thing is really big.
it's much larger than I imagined. And then look at this. This is the most impressive high-tech feature of our 52D, the Type 346A radar. I'm telling you, this radar has 4 sides, and the whole ship has 4 radars, which can monitor in all directions without blind spots. The enemy, for example, like the US military's F-35, this radar can completely detect them, leaving them with nowhere to hide.
It's also quite awesome. Meanwhile, this radar, also known as the upgraded Chinese Aegis, sounds impressive just by its name. Next, this is called the Kokuksilihu ship, a supply ship, so you can see its length is very long, much larger than the destroyer we saw earlier.
So, regarding this supply ship, I can tell you in advance that its function is to conduct oil transportation and supply fresh water at sea. It can also be used for the landing of G8 and G9 helicopters. It's on board. It's on board. My gosh. So big, this supply ship, guys. Laughter. And you see it's like a gantry crane. Wow. This is our crane. Wow, this is quite thick too. This crane on the ship, it's my first time seeing this thing on a ship. Because I've only seen it on aircraft carriers or destroyers before, never been on this type of supply ship. Over here, our comrades are taking photos together, and this should be the oil pipeline. Look how thick this oil pipeline is. Laughter. It's the first time seeing such thick pipes, really eye-opening, and this is the oil transfer nozzle. Look, wow, such a large component.
It looks quite intricate. We really don't see these things in everyday life. It's truly extraordinary. And this ship really looks new. Maybe because our Navy maintains it very well. So you don't see any rust marks on the entire deck. It's very clean. Wow. Look at this deck. Even the deck is clean.
Including this wall. Wow. And then, look at this thing. It's quite interesting, folks. Do you know what this is? The people on the ship were worried that we might fall. So they specially fastened this yellow basin here. This way, even if you bump into it, you won't fall over. It's really considerate. If they hadn't placed it, I wouldn't have noticed at all. Laughter.
Up there you see this is the weapon of our supply ship, a 30 caliber machine gun cannon. But since this is a supply ship, there are actually only 4 of these, which is enough. After all, it's a supply ship. And then you see here, this is the anchor crane of our supply ship, and this is its anchor lock. And all operations are completed on this deck. This thing, hey, so cool, wow.
Okay, walking to the other side of the deck, guys, we see our helicopter. It's the first time I've seen our G-bar with a medical flag, and I must say it's pretty cool. Of course, the G-bar isn't just for medical purposes, it can also be used for transport. This helicopter is really big with the words Chinese Navy written in large characters, truly impressive. And look over there, that's our pilot for the G-bar. He hasn't missed a single one. Wow, he really knows how to fly.